After 3 years of marriage, I still couldn't get pregnant. Under my husband's persuasion, I finally got pregnant after 2 years of IVF. When I was 8 months pregnant, I overheard a conversation between Joe and his best friend, Zach. You deliberately fed Lily contraceptive pills for 3 years, just to make her feel that she was infertile, and then took the opportunity to force her to do IVF, just to transplant Lindsay's eggs into her body. Your trick is too cruel. Joe didn't care. He shrugged his shoulder while said, after 10 months of pregnancy, not only will her figure be out of shape, but she will also have to endure the 10th level of pain during childbirth. I can't bear to let Lindsay suffer this. Looking at the man who was full of calculations, I dialed the hospital's appointment number without hesitation. Hello, I want to make an appointment for an abortion, I said firmly. Aren't you afraid that Lily will collapse after knowing the truth? After all, no one wants to raise a child for others. What's more, the child she gave birth to after 10 months of pregnancy is someone else's child. Zach looked at Joe teasingly. How could she know if she's so stupid? Besides, even if she knew, what would happen? She's already 8 months pregnant. Would she abort the baby? Look at her now. She's as fat as a pig. Who else would want her except me? Yes, everyone knows how much Lily likes you. She's been sticking to you like a dogskin plaster all these years, but I'm quite curious about what it's like to be a pregnant woman, Zach said as he had an evil look on his face and raised his eyebrows at Joe. Joe then showed a hint of disgust in his eyes. He said, she's as fat as a pig. I can't even get interested just looking at her, let alone that kind of thing. I'd rather watch a porn movie than look at her belly that's like a watermelon. It makes me sick. Since you're not interested, let me try it next time. I really want to try what it's like to be a pregnant woman, Zach offered excitedly. After Zach finished speaking obscenely, the two people in the room laughed, and every laugh was like a knife stabbing into my heart. Because of the test tube, I had taken countless hormone drugs and countless injections in the past 2 years, and my body had become bloated and out of shape. After I became pregnant, Joe was always worried that I was not getting enough nutrition, so he asked me to take a lot of supplements every day, which led to the fetus being too large. My belly was covered with ugly stretch marks in 5 months. I used to think that he felt sorry for my efforts, but now I understand that he only cares about the combination of him and Lindsay in my belly. I clenched my palms tightly and cold sweat kept coming out of my back. I almost ran away from this suffocating house. After calming down, I took out my mobile phone without hesitation and called the hospital's appointment number. Hello, I want to make an appointment for abortion, I said firmly. I rushed to the hospital overnight. I was afraid that I would go crazy if I stayed for a second longer. The doctor on duty at the hospital looked at my huge belly and confirmed with me again and again. Your belly is already 8 months. Are you sure you want to abort it now? Where is the father of the child? Dead. Since Joe was looking forward to this child so much, I would prepare a big gift for him. The doctor looked at my despairing eyes and didn't ask any more questions. He quickly prescribed medicine for me and handed me the appointment form. Take the medicine and come to the hospital for surgery 3 days later. I returned home tiredly with the appointment form, but found that the password lock at home kept showing incorrect password. Just as I was about to make a call, the door suddenly opened and Lindsay came out in a sexy nightgown. Lily, the light at my home is broken. Joe is worried that I will be alone at home, so he asked me to move to his house during this period. He changed the password to my birthday because he was afraid that I would not remember it. You won't mind, right? My eyes fell on Lily's fallen shoulder straps. There was a clear mark on her chest and there was nothing inside. Lily is the most considerate. How could she mind? Said someone inside. Joe sat on the sofa. His pants were wrinkled, his clothes were worn backwards, and there was a puddle of water on the sofa. Joe got up and hugged me in his arms. You went out so late without telling me. You are pregnant now. What should I do if something happens to you? I felt cold inside when I saw Joe's affectionate look. On the surface, he was caring for me, but secretly he was having an affair with his first love in my home. He even changed his password for fear that I would come back suddenly. I didn't bother with him too much and went upstairs directly. Joe, who never liked to drink milk, suddenly poured me a glass of milk at night. You are in the 3rd trimester of pregnancy now. You should pay more attention to supplementing protein and calcium. Be good and drink the milk. My eyes darkened when I looked at the milk Joe handed over. I don't want to drink it. Joe was embarrassed when he saw me refuse, but he still coaxed me patiently. I am doing this for your and the child's good. Be good and listen. After that, Joe poured the milk into my mouth without saying anything. After drinking the sweet and fishy milk, I began to feel drowsy. In a trance, I seemed to see 2 figures overlapping beside me. When I woke up the next day, I felt so painful that I could hardly get up. I turned on my mobile video after Joe went to work. I turned on my mobile video after Joe fed me milk yesterday and then hid the phone in the flower pot. The moment I saw the video, a sense of shame tugged at my heart. After I fell asleep, Joe and Lindsay kissed all the way from the door and rolled to my side. Joe, you don't know how uncomfortable I feel when I see you with this woman every day, Lindsay said coquettishly. Joe spit on my face and then kicked me away. How can this fat woman compare with you? I am with her just for the child in her belly. If I didn't want you to suffer, how could I marry her? Compared with you, she can't even compare to a hair of yours. Lindsay looked at me with interest. Are you sure you gave her enough sleeping pills? Lindsay said as she began to strip off my clothes. What if she finds out the truth after she gives birth? It's better for us to keep some evidence against her. Joe seemed to agree with Lindsay's words and helped Lindsay to take off my clothes until I was completely naked.